There's been a lot of complaints this year around the slug problem, and not just from myself. I have complained bitterly. The last few videos, the slugs have been a nightmare around here, and it's about time we did something properly to get on top of the slug army and deal with them once and for all. It's been a mild winter. It has been wet throughout the first part of the year. It has been warm. Even last night, it was absolutely battering down here with the rain. It's lovely and warm here. It is perfect conditions for slugs and snails, for them breeding, for them getting out and about and eating all of your beautiful little plants. Now, I've got certain problem areas, certain hotspots around the allotment that are causing me some issues with the slugs, especially the bed behind you there. We'll show you in a minute that the courgettes are in. And I've got 5 different ways we're going to go through today. One of them is a bit of a cheat though. The first one, I'll fess up, one of them is nematodes. You can use nematodes, but I've already done videos on these in the past. I'll put a link at the end and a link in the description below to the stuff about nematodes. Please go and have a look at that after the video. I'm not going to go through it all over again. But what I do have today is I have got my Tesco bag of tricks, and it's not from Tesco's, it's just a reusable bag. But in that bag, we've got 4 different ways of dealing with the slug problem. And luckily, as coincidence would have it, the courgettes that I just mentioned out there, we've got 4 courgettes. So we're going to use one method next to each one of the courgette plants, and hopefully in another video in the future, I'll come back in a few weeks' time, we'll see how they're looking, see which one works the best. So enough of me waffling on in the polytunnel. Let's get out there and let's get on top of the slug problem. So method number 1 involves this, and this is a bag of spent coffee grounds. And I got this absolutely free from our local garden centre. The cafe there gives away the coffee grounds for free, and it's by far, I think, one of the most popular things I've seen in the comments for trying to get on top of the slugs. And as this is the worst affected plant, I should say, I'm going to make a ring of coffee grounds, if I can get them out, all the way around it, and then any we've got left we're going to sprinkle in nice and close. Now, I'm not entirely sure what it is about the coffee grounds that the slugs don't like, but apparently they absolutely hate them. So I'm hoping I can get a regular supply of these garden centres. I say most cafes, anywhere you go, Costa, Starbucks, any local ones, I'll give them away absolutely free, the spent grounds. It's important to use spent grounds. If you use normal grounds, they haven't been used yet, they'll be too acidic, they'll turn your soil very acidic. If they've been spent, if they've been made coffee from, it'll be fine, it'll be absolutely smashing. We'll be able to keep on top of it. So first one, make a ring or an area all the way around your plant with some spent coffee grounds. On to number 2. So method number 2 is probably one you're all a bit familiar with and can often be a little bit controversial. Don't worry, methods number 3 and 4 are coming up. They're not as controversial as this, and perhaps one of them is something I've been avoiding doing for years because I can't stand it, but I've given up will do, but I'll come to that. This is slug pellets, and it says there, DOF slug and snail killer. Now, the important thing about these are the new formula of slug pellets. The old ones that had, is it methyl hydrate, I think it's called, in it, that caused all sorts of problems down the food chain if hedgehogs or birds or things ate the slugs that had the slug pellets in them. It really didn't do them any good whatsoever. These ones are supposed to be better. Now, I've done a lot of reading on these before I'm using them, and there's a couple of things. 1, you generally have to use more of these than the old ones for them to be more effective. 2, they're still not brilliant for wildlife. I'm reluctantly using these because I'm pretty much at the end of my tether with trying to get on top of the slugs. And the other thing, although I said you're supposed to use more of these, slug pellets do have the rather strange effect of attracting slugs, which is what you want. You want the slugs to go to the slug pellets and not your plants. But what you don't want is a sea of blue pellets all the way around. I see some of them on some videos and pictures and stuff like that. People have put millions of slug pellets all the way over. Don't use as many as you think. Only scatter a few around. Now, I've probably got too many. There's maybe about 20 in my hand there, and that's probably too many. So I'm just going to sprinkle these around here like this, just sort of, again, making a bit of a circle around the plant just to try and ward off any slugs. And all the spare ones there are going back in the tub. So method number 2, new formula slug pellets. On to number 3, that quite frankly gives me the bulk. So far we've got one that costs money, one that was free, and I've got another one that costs a little bit of money. And like I said, I've been putting this off for years, trying these out, but my plot neighbour over the back here, trying them out, thinks they're brilliant, so we'll give it a shot and let's see what we've got here. We've got this rather strange looking thing, and this is a beer trap. So we're going to fill it full of beer. And the idea is, it's got two little holes in the front that we pour the beer into the trap. I think it's the sort of the maltiness, the yeastiness of the beers that the slugs are attracted to. And off they jolly well come into this nice little beer hotel that I've created for them. They come in these little holes in there, they get drunk and they drown in the beer. Now it sounds quite harsh, it is quite harsh. I really hate the idea of coming back here and having to deal with a bag of dead drowned slugs. Quite frankly, I can't think of anything worse. Desperate times like the slug pellets, things are getting absolutely battered, so it's about time I gave it a try. Now the last one for the plant up here is another cost-free one, absolutely zero zilch. In fact, the stuff I am using this morning, I have collected from around and about my allotment just 10 minutes before I started this film in this video, so we are good to go. So we'll get set up over there and we'll get the last one done. And last but not least, a method that was picked up from the comments in a couple of videos ago from a chap called Richard Taylor, who said nobody, and I quote, nobody on YouTube believes him that this method works. Well, Richard, your moment in the spotlight has come. In this bucket, you might ask, what on earth is in there? Good question. We've got chopped up brambles and nettles, and because I'm incapable of dealing with all the weeds on my plot, I had an abundance of brambles and nettles fresh for the picking this morning, which is why I'm wearing these big gloves. Brambles are really prickly, really nasty. Nettles obviously give you a nasty sting, but we have chopped them all up into this pot, and I'm gonna, much like I've done with the other ones, we're gonna create a circle of chopped up brambles and nettles, and I've chopped them up quite fine-ish, and I'm assuming the theory is that, you know, I've never seen slugs on the nettles here, so I don't know if slugs get stung by nettles the same as humans do. I'm not sure if that's a thing, and I'm assuming that the brambles create a really spiky, nasty sort of surface. You know, slugs like nice smooth surfaces to go over. I'm assuming the brambles create a bit of a sort of spiky surface that the slugs don't like to go over. Admittedly, I haven't seen the slugs and any of the nettles on the plot. That would almost be helpful if the slugs did that. If they ate the nettles, it would save me not dealing with them. So there we go. There's 4 methods. We've got 2 that were absolutely free. Spent coffee grounds, free from any coffee shop, garden centre, anywhere you like. Nettles and brambles chopped up, made a bit of a circle to protect the plant. Slug pellets and the beer traps, both from Amazon, a few quid each. We'll see if they work, we'll see how we get on. Anyway, are these gonna work? Only one way to find out, and that's to subscribe so you can come back in the future and see if these have worked. See if the courgettes are here, see if we've got courgettes in the summer, or if we're just sitting here with an empty bed with nothing but the remains of all my slug defences and nothing else in there. It's me done for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now, folks.